Well, hello. I was running a few minutes late because I'm a dork and scheduled my life for 2:30, thinking that I'd get out of there, a couple minutes early because that's been the thing lately. And of course, today that did not happen. So, anywho, so now I'm home. I've greeted the critters, given them their after work treat, and now I get to sit down and relax and not everybody's pawing at me. Anywho, because I was running a few minutes late, I'm going to give everybody a moment. Anybody who wanted to join to be able to jump on and try to give everybody a few minutes, and then I'll get started. Yeah, there we go. And have a little bit of wine while I'm waiting. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. I know that sounds weird to say. It's like me telling people happy Monday, right? Is there such a thing? But we give it a try, at least. Hey, honey.
How long are you live?
It shouldn't be too long. Why?
I don't have my truck here, so
Oh,
I need a ride to go get it. But
you need a ride to go get your truck? Okay.
don't worry about it.
Okay. Sounds good. I see I have two people on already. It says Laura. Hello, Miss Laura. Good to see you. I don't know who this other person is that's on there, but hello to whoever you are. I guess after I'm done with the live, I'm going to give my rundown with my husband to go pick up his truck or basically just give him a ride. Go get his truck. No problem. Hi, sweetie. I said the wrong word and it picked up. Anyway. There she's going back in the house. I was going to flip the phone around. We call her our Pomeranian, but we know she's not. Our Great Pyrenees, Shasta, who thinks she's a Pomeranian, was vying for attention a moment, and I was like, no, go lay down, and she went in the doggy door. Like, oh, thank God. All right, anyway. So I don't want to keep everybody waiting for too long. I'm going to go ahead and get going. Today, I wanted to go over dream work. I don't know if anybody is familiar with doing dream work. It's something that I have done on and off over the years. I've not been 100, like every day, every dream consistent, but I have done it enough over the years. Hello, Miss Serenity. I have done my dream work enough over the years that when I do have dreams, because I don't often dream, when I do have dreams, I know that it's a message of some sort. No, sweetie, you're not too late. I was late starting, and then I was kind of holding out just a touch to see if anybody else was getting a chance to join. So you are not late at all. I hope in the chat, Serenity, that I was able to answer your question, yours and Gina's question. And if not, in my notes, and we'll go over that a little towards the end, I actually added, more for your question. So hopefully we'll get there. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get on going. And darn bugs, I shouldn't have done it outside, but it's just so beautiful right now. And I've been stuck inside an office most of the day, so being able to get outside is just nice. Oh, good deal. Good to know. But I do have some other cautions for you that I'll add in a bit. Anyway, all right, so dream work. Now, most of us go to sleep at night and we take our dreams for granted. Perhaps we dream of a place from childhood can have a strange nightmare or a garden variety dream that constantly is reemerging. But most of the time, we brush it aside upon waking up and continue with our day. But dreams, in all their strangeness, are a very powerful doorway to the soul. That is how I see it. Hello, Miss Gina. Good to see ya. Big thing. If you're on a path of self-growth, spiritual development, or simply want to know more about who you are, don't ignore your dreams. Serenity commented real quick. I used to have nightmares all the time as a kid, and now I hardly have dreams at all. And Jennifer says, hello. Hi, Jennifer. Agree on messages. Exactly. They are messages. And Serenity, you know what? I didn't really have nightmares growing up. I mean, sure, I had a few, but I didn't dream very much then, and I rarely dream now. And usually when I do dream, and lately it's not been for me, it's been a message for somebody else. So I very much pay attention to a dream. I have a book that's on the side of my bed, a journal, and I'm gonna say it again in a bit. Please, if you want to pay attention to your dreams and learn what these messages are, what messages are there for you, as soon as you wake up, while you're still remembering things, write it down. Don't open your phone. Don't turn on the TV. Don't get anything else going, sounds near your brain, nothing. But write it down. I have had dreams of my past lives, and those always throw me for a loop. So we're going to go over that also, because we receive messages through dreams of our past lives. And sometimes they're messages telling us of our path. Sometimes they're messages telling us or warning us not to do something that we've done in our past life because it's not going to help us out. We're going to go over that a little bit more also. Okay, so what is dream work? Dream work is the practice of unpacking and deciphering the meaning of your dreams for the purpose of gaining more self-awareness, spiritual growth, and life direction. Dreams themselves have been interpreted for thousands of years, but in recent times, and I'm going to go with, probably the last 50 years, maybe, it has been more popularized and further developed by well-known figures, such as psychoanalysts like Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Dream work and spiritual awakening. So, in the words of the German poet Friedrich Hebel, dreams are the best evidence that we are not as firmly shut in our skins as we believe. And I absolutely agree with Mr. Hebel. Dream work helps us to take a step outside of the small and constricted ego self or false self and access a larger realm of awareness and understanding. As such, they can be powerful allies in this spiritual awakening journey. Intense and vivid dreams can even be a sign that a new level of involution or internal evolution is about to take place. And throughout our life's journeys, our dreams can guide, warn, and instruct us on the best paths to take. So, we have 3 different types of dreams. These are our main types of dreams. So when you're thinking about paying more attention to your dreams, and I'm hoping that this helps to answer Gina's question in the chat. When thinking about paying more attention to our dreams, it's crucial to understand that there are different types of dreams. And not all of them offer guidance. Laura says, I have to open this up here. My dreams were like a battlefield growing up. I had reoccurring ones that were from eras hundreds or thousands of years ago. Wow. Now I close my eyes and open them again. Oh. So you're seeing reoccurring dreams, and these are most likely past lives dreams. Or, because it really depends on what your past lives were, 1, and 2, what message the universe is trying to give you. Oh, no problem, Miss Linda. I'm glad you're able to join us. No dreams for 10 years, basically. Wow, that's a long time of no dreams. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. The other thing that I was trying to think of is reoccurring dreams can also be warnings from the universe telling you to please don't take that path, don't take that direction. So anyway, there are those warnings. Hold on one second.
Nolan's coming to pick me up.
Oh, Nolan's going to give you a ride over there?
Yep.
Okay. Love you too, baby. Serenity says, have you ever had a dream and then fall back to sleep, and then the dream continues whereas it left off, or are you just a weirdo? No, you're a total weirdo. No, you're not. I think it happens to a lot of us. And over the years of practicing dream work, I feel that when you fall back to sleep and you go back into that dream, I think that is our subconscious and the universe's way of saying, pay attention. There's something there. Something is there that you need to pay attention to. That is exactly how I see it. Because, I mean, how often do you dream something, especially if you don't dream very often as it is, right? So when you do dream something, how often do you wake up, lay back down, go back into the exact same dream, pick up where you left off? It's very rare. There's important information right in there for you. Important information. Okay, so I'm going to go into let's see. Okay, let me see what did Laura. Used to have that control too. I used to set up my sleep with a prompt and dream it for days. You missed that. Ooh, that's something that my husband can do. And he could lucid dream. And I cannot. I cannot do that. I never really have tried though. I'll be honest. But I mean, he just out of the blue just started doing it on his own. So I lucid dream so much that I can wake up and go back into the dream whenever. Wow. That's pretty cool. Something I probably do need to practice. Serenity says, here very frequently lately. There's a message there, Miss Serenity. You've got to pay attention to it. Get that journal and write. But I also have dreams that I don't lucid and have them reoccur. Okay, so what did we say just now about recurring dreams? There's a message in there. We need to pay attention. I am a firm believer that also have waking dreams, aka a dream while awake. That's daydreaming. And there's nothing wrong with daydreaming. I would pay attention to those also. Especially if it's, it's not, a day like a childlike daydream. You're walking through the woods or, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe a childlike daydream. Like me with music. That's to snap me out of it. Like me with music, if it's, an absolutely crazy day. This used to happen to me all the time at the animal hospital. It would be crazy, crazy busy. And there's one of two songs that used to jump in my head. Either the circus song, da 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 da, right? Or Sesame Street. The Sesame Street theme song, right? And I firmly believe that was my way of my brain's way of telling me it wanted to go back to childhood. Because there's no other reason that those two songs should pop in my head. And this doesn't happen as often now as it did when I worked, and it was always when I was working at an animal hospital. We'd be running around in between surgeries and recovery from surgeries and clients' appointments and checkups. And, you got a doctor yelling, hey, hold this dog while you're trying to do blood test on another dog. Yeah, it was crazy. I still get it every now and then with my job now, but it's not as bad. Lately, though, lately I'm covering a few different establishments at once, so it's different. A little bit crazier than normal. Ooh, sorry, I just realized my button came undone here. Anyway, zoning out. Yeah, I can understand that, and sometimes you do need to get brought back into reality. There's nothing wrong with daydreaming, though. Gina says, sometimes it's my brain rewriting a movie or a song, and sometimes it's something completely random. Well, that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to interpret that as your left brain at work here, your creative side, when it comes to the rewriting a movie or a song. And I can't redo this button, so I'm just going to have to make sure that I don't point the camera down. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna jump back on to my notes here for a second. 3 different types of dreams. Okay, number 1 is decompression. They're called decompression dreams. These dreams are essentially dreams that your brain generates to digest and work through what is perceived during the previous day. So think of these types of dreams as your brain trying to decompress and unwind. And these dreams have little to no deep value. They have value, but not a lot. Okay? Then we have our psyche dreams. These are dreams that are generated by your internal landscape, your psyche, and they tend to be charged with some kind of emotion. For instance, after having a psyche dream, you might feel excited, scared, unnerved, upset, nostalgic, sexually aroused, or any other kind of emotion. When you have a psyche dream, you are being called to understand something or to work a particular issue out. Psyche dreams are something to pay attention to. If it involves emotion, pay attention to it. Our third one is sacred dreams. Or sorry, sacred dreams. These types of dreams are rare and might only occur a handful of times throughout your life. When we have a sacred dream, there is a feeling that something is realer than real life. Is realer a word? Okay, it is now. Realer than real life. Truer than true, right? Such dreams, these dreams, are said to come from a collective unconscious, or the Akashic realm. You know, I hate screwing up words, but I'm gonna butchered it. I know I did. Akashic. I even broke it down in my notes. Oh well. Anyway, from that realm, and to be direct revelations, Akashic. Thank you, Gina. Direct revelations from your soul. That's right, Akashic. That's okay. Yeah, I know it. Whatever. I suck at that sometimes. Anyway, in dream work, most of the time, you're going to be dealing with psyche dreams. Those are the ones that you're going to remember the most. And although when a sacred dream comes along, you're definitely going to want to unpack that dream. I looked it up. It means, compendium of all universal events, thoughts. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's see here. All right. Dream work approaches. So this is my little, sorry, late, but we'll rewatch. No problem. Tanessa, you're more than welcome to. I'm glad to have you. And join us, and you can catch up on the beginning. You really haven't missed too much yet. So these are different approaches to for dream work. Okay. This is so I've given you 3 different types of dreams. Now I want to give you 3 different ways that psychologists, inner journeyers, and dream interpreters approach dream work. These approaches are seeing dreams objectively, aka the Akashic records. Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Okay, so 3 different approaches are seeing your dreams objectively, seeing your dreams subjectively, and seeing your dreams archetypically. So it's downpouring here, and I've noticed when it rains like this, I have a lot more lucid dreams. That's cool. That's way cool. So we're going to break these different approaches down, plain and simple. Objective dream work is when we see dreams like an X-ray that reveals to us hidden truths about our waking lives. In this approach, our dreams point to the reality about our external events, people, and situations. Thank you, Sigmund Freud. He had... It's after hours. She can't be calling me. Had to make sure I didn't answer that. Anywho. Sigmund Freud had really pioneered objective dreaming. Thanks, ladies. So anyway, that is our objective dream work. I'll go over it again since I had a little bit of... Jennifer says, oh, yes, he did. You very correct. Absolutely did. So objective dream work, I'll go over it again real quick, is when we see dreams like an X-ray that reveal to us hidden truths about our waking lives. Our dreams point to the reality about external events, people, and situations. Okay, subjective dream work. This does the opposite of the objective approach and sees our dreams as pointing back to ourselves. Every person, figure, object, and situation in a dream is thought to represent a part of the ego or self. Thank you, Carl Jung. He was the pioneer for subjective dream work. And then finally, we have the archetypical dream work. This builds off of the subjective approach in that it sees the contents of a dream as being part of the self. But it also brings in collective patterns, symbols, and myths known as archetypes. An archetypical dream is seen to incorporate universal patterns such as themes like rebirth, quests, universal motifs like the mother, father, magician, hero, lover, etc. Fly landed on my face there. As the dream worker, you can choose which one of these approaches you like best. And I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, depending on the dream, I use all three. I may not use all three at the exact same time. But depending on the dream, and if I'm not, have not fully interpreted something that I really think I need a message, I'm going to look at it objectively. I don't think I've got the full message. I'm going to look at it subjectively. And after I've looked at it both ways, then I'm going to look in the me and my damn words. Archetype. I'm going to look at it that way. Because sometimes you need all three. And that's where, we start paying attention. Did a dream, did something keep showing up? A symbol, a sign. I've talked about it in one of my lives before, about a symbol that I have, that I use. And came to me in a dream. But it was one of those constant reoccurring. I had to use all three to figure it out. But I did. And that symbol has a lot of meaning to me. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to get it tattooed because I have still been having reoccurring dreams of this symbol. Okay, so we also have how to practice dream work. I definitely want to go over this with everybody also. And there's 9 different paths. There's, you don't have to do it 9 different ways. You could bring all of these paths into one. It doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. Just like our magic, everything is to the individual person. So, Llewellyn Van Lee said, dream work creates a bridge between our conscious, everyday life and the sacred inner world of symbols. Through working with these images, we are nourished by their depth of meaning and purpose. I just thought that was really cool. I like the meaning behind that. I think it's beautiful. And I can agree with her statement. So, we hear it all over the place. We spend a third of our lives sleeping. Well, I don't know about that for some of us, but they say we're supposed to. I don't know about that. Therefore, it makes sense that our dream life is just as rich and just as much of a rich and rewarding gateway to access a greater sense of wholeness. So these are the different approaches to dream work. Give it a whirl. See if you like them. See if they work for you. 1. Understand what type of dream you've had and choose which approach you'll use. As I explained just a little bit ago, there's 3 types of dreams and 3 types of approaches to dream work. Reflect on whether you've had a decompression, psych, or sacred dream first. Then think about what type of approach. Do you want to use the objective, subjective, or archetype you'd like to use to help you explore the dream? If you need help deciding, you can always enlist the help of a dream working professional, but I don't think you need to. Who knows themselves better than themselves? You know, certain things that click, sense, smells, sights, that bring memories from the past. Pay attention to those. So I definitely, I know I said it earlier when we started, and I'm going to say it again. Get a journal. Dedicate a journal to your dream work. You cannot effectively do dream work without a journal. You just can't. We cannot rely on our brains that are constantly trying to remember and do things and hold all of this information in. Get a journal. Don't make your life complicated. Make it easy. Dedicate this journal to recording and decrypting your dreams. You could get a blank one, or you could even get a pre-formatted one. I just use a blank journal. No big deal. I just write down what I can remember. And I'll worry about deciphering it later. Pre-formatted journals, they're out there, and it'll basically be a journal that has questions that you'll answer. Those are like the pre-formatted ones. And there's nothing wrong with those. You get one, use it. If you think it's going to help you out, absolutely, go for it. There's a lot of people that, this is my next, little step here. There's a lot of people that think that you need a dream symbol book. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was one of them. I have probably 5 of them. 5, 6 dream symbol books. Do you need one? No. I need to just get rid of them, because I probably have not opened, I maybe opened 1 or 2 of them once or twice, but I don't think you need them. I don't use them either. So my personal answer to the question of, do you need a dream symbol book? No. Reason. Dreams are extremely personal. And get out of that's mine. Go away. Dreams are extremely personal. And the symbology within them is unique to your own psyche. The symbols that you're going to see in dream work are not the same for everybody. They are all absolutely different. You've had, let me see here. So, I don't know. Unless you've had a sacred dream that has a way more of the archetypical quality, it's not worth buying a dream symbol book. They're not accurate. One person's experience of a dog, this is just my example. One person's experience of a dog might be totally different from another's experience. You might have been bitten by a dog when you were little, and will associate the dog with danger. I might have grown up with being smothered with dog love. So my association to dogs is totally different than somebody else's association to dogs. Now, I do use dogs. A rose means one thing to one person and another to a different. Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I paused. I think it said my connection was bad. Mine would be my spirit guide, which is a German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds. I miss my guy. So I do like to use dogs as an example. I have 3 of them. I absolutely love dogs. I could have developed a massive fear of dogs, but I did not. When I was 7, 8 years old, I was bit by a dog. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a couple marks here. Well, that's where her upper teeth were. And I had a white mark down here. Her bottom teeth went through my bottom lip. In other words, I was bit in the face. And instead of... granted, yes, for the first year I was probably afraid of dogs. But I came to realize that I couldn't let that fear get to me. And I love using dogs as an example because most of the time, if a dog bites or attacks, it's because something has traumatized them. And in my case, the dog was traumatized the night before, and I was the next person to come along. You know, so it wasn't her fault. I can't blame her. But that's one of the reasons why I do like to use dogs as an excuse. I am a dog person. I absolutely love dogs. I ended up in the animal world taking care of dogs. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of that little bit for a minute. Back to the books. If you do want to buy a signs or symbols book, you know, I'm not telling you don't get it, but just pay attention. Pay attention to which one that you get. You know, get one that's got a better reviews. You know, and just remember that you might not open it that often at all. So anyway, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm noticing that I'm tending to ramble here and there, and I try not to. But so my fourth thing here is reenact your dream mentally. I'm not. I do like to reenact things. I love theater. Do you have any personal recommendations for a book like that? I don't know the name of the author, but it is called Signs and Symbols Sourcebook. And of all of the books that I've looked at, or that I have, that one I've probably looked at that one more so. The title is Signs and Symbols Sourcebook. If I were to recommend a book, that'd be the one I'd recommend. Okay, so reenacting your dreams. First dream work. This is considered like the first technique. Dream meaning books suck. A lot of them do. Yeah. No, I had to think about it. They do. And that's why I tried. That's why I say you don't need it. You don't have to get it if you don't want to. So this technique of reenact, I'm going to give you another example. If you dreamt of walking down a certain street, go to that street walk down it in the same manner you did in your dream. Sometimes repeating parts of your dream in your waking life can spark epiphanies that you didn't have otherwise. Of course, reenacting is not always practical or possible. Sometimes it's not even ethical. Depends on your dream, right? When I was younger, I used to dream. I still wish I did. I haven't in a long time. But I used to dream that I was flying. Not in a plane, not, with strings attached. Like I was in the air, arms out, flying. That was my favorite dream as a child. I dreamt about that so many times. I wish, and every once in a while I still have that dream. So anyway, that's not something I could really reenact. So I wouldn't be able to do this technique for a flying dream. Another example, say you dreamt you slapped your boss in the face. Well, that's not very practical or possible. Well, I guess maybe it is possible. Not practical. So probably not a good idea, right? So we can't always reenact them. So, in other words, this technique, reenacting your dream is, it's a good way to help your brain spark thoughts and ideas of why, but just be mindful about what you're doing, because sometimes it's just not the right time to do that. But if you're able to walk down that same street, it can be extremely helpful with those reoccurring dreams that you're struggling to decipher. Okay, my second technique is create a psychodrama. If you have a close and helpful bunch of friends, just imagine you're slapping your boss. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I'm weird because mine was killing zombies, and I always thought I was kick-ass while doing it. But then again, I always watched horror movies as a kid, and even... I tell you what, Serenity, in my dreams, I'm a badass. In real life, not so much. So, I got you. I got you. Anyway, my second technique, I'm going to get back on this. Psychodrama. Creating a psychodrama. So, if you've got a group of people, and any of you could probably do it with us, I'm sure there's a bunch of us that would be willing to help us. Love my zombie killing dreams, right? Mine are usually not zombies, though. If you have a group of friends, you can benefit from this technique. The goal is to recreate just like the previous technique, but this time you're assigning roles to your friends and family. In this case, you would have to, it is a recreation, so you're going to need to detail and explain each dream's characters, personality, and actions clearly so that your friends or family members can stay true to your dream and not introduce their own theatrical variations. I can be pretty theatrical, so I would definitely need my lines and my exact guidance, because oh no, give me free reign and I might go crazy on you. You might end up with a whole new dream. I've punched holes in walls while sleeping, gave a boyfriend a purple nurple, and beat up my pillows in bed all will in my sleep. Holy wow! Goodness gracious, girl. That's scary. My husband says that he used to. When he was younger, he beat up his brother a few times in their sleep. So, I've not experienced that myself, though. That's some crazy dream in there. Okay, with your recreating, again, you are going to play the main role. Let everyone sink into their dream character and let the story play out. Okay? You want to reflect on what feelings, thought, and epiphanies arise. Ask your friends and family what their perspectives are. But ultimately, it's your dream, so you have the last say. But it doesn't hurt to be open to different ideas. And this technique has triggered sudden realizations and discoveries. Let's see, Gina commented here. My fella has PTSD and I sleep light so I can bail out of bed if he starts swinging. Goodness gracious. I wouldn't want to sleep in between the two of you. I sleep pretty lightly though too, so I might be up and out of bed. All right. So I'm not, I don't have a helpful bunch of friends around me. You know, like I don't have a big circle. I don't talk about my dreams to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure that I could use a few of you to do a dream interpretation this way. But one of the techniques that I personally like to use is word association. I love word association games anyway, so this one works for me the best. And you're going to use your dream journal and note down all the symbols in your dream that you can think of that you had seen. Everything that you can remember, you're going to write it down in your journal. Next to each symbol, write a list of spontaneous associations that you have. Don't think about it, just write. An example, mountain. So I see a symbol of a mountain in my dream. I'm going to write things like large, majestic, mother, nurturing, protection, milk, danger. This is just writing, you know, this, and I'm pulling these. I only wrote a couple examples down, but I'm pulling these examples from my own journal. Okay, so, and why I have milk in there, I don't know, but at the time, it fit. Anyway, another example is cave. In a dream, I saw a symbol of a cave. My notes for my word association were void, shadow, hidden, unknown, lost, sacred. Another one was lion. Strong, brave, father, angry, teeth, shout, yellow, Leo. Last time I had a dream that had a lion in it, and with my word association and my deciphering, it found out, or I came to the realization that that dream was for someone that I knew that was a Leo. A lot of associating. That's a lot of what we do, right? So that's what you're going to do is after you write your associations, you're going to reflect on those associations that you have made from the symbols and what stories or patterns emerge from that. So we might interpret that the dream is about one's mother and father, perhaps a dream from the inner child about conflicting feelings of love and fear. We never know. Steep wall, valley, river at bottom, voice of recently deceased persons calling for me. I'm like, hell no, I can't go there. That would be a hard one to go. I can understand not wanting to go there. But I want you to keep an open mind. Maybe there's a message for you. Well, I'm thinking there definitely is a message for you. I don't know why I said maybe. There is a message for you, and it might be a good message. There could be something as easy as just reminding you that they love you. Serenity says, so you don't have to make full sentences or write your full dream. You can use word association. I'm going to have to try that. Yes, no, you don't have to write a full sentence at all. Just words. Just word. In time, it helped make sense. Take your time with it. Miss Jennifer, take your time with it. You don't have to jump into it. And when you're ready to receive the message, you'll receive it. Okay? Take your time with it. That everything that we do, we have to take our own time with it. Otherwise, if it's forced, it's not going to be a true message to us. Don't force it. Now, with the word association, say in a dream you have 7, 8 symbols that you see. You don't have to decipher or do a word association for every symbol that you saw in your dream or that you think you saw in your dream. The top 3 to 5 that stand out to you, that's what matters. That's what you're going to go with. Those are the ones. Trust your intuition of the words that come to you and just let your pen flow. Go for it. Okay. Technique number 4. Journey back into the dream. So, I've never had a reoccurring dream. I've had a few, and that's lucky. That's pretty cool. I've had a few reoccurring dreams, and I have to figure it out. Okay, so journeying back into the dream through visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine entering the dream again. Now, this is where those of you who can lucid dream and those of you that can pick up where you left off in a dream, this will come easy to you. This technique is going to come very easy to you. I'll see, just like when you're writing a spell. There you go. This technique is best done like almost immediately after you're waking up, because your mind is still very fluid and almost in a hypnotic state. The ones I hate are the ones when you go to the bathroom and come back and dream picks up again. See, I don't have dreams that pick back up where they left off. I've tried. I've tried. I've had some really good ones, and I'm like, I want to finish the story. And it's gone. I cannot get them to come back. So, little jelly of you ladies that can do that. All right. Anyway, with your half-awake mind, imagine asking your dream character a question to help unravel the dream's meaning. For instance, you might want to ask, when you said blank, what did you mean? Or, why did you do blank? You know, those kind of questions. Make sure that your dream character stays true to their dream personality, attitude, agenda, etc. In other words, don't try to change your dream character. Lucid dreamers, we know that you can control these dreams. Don't try to change your character. And then journal about what your dream characters say afterwards. Okay. Technique number 5. Tarot and oracle cards. those of us that, or those of you that have a connection with your tarot cards, here we go. So if you're familiar with how to use this tarot system, or you have an oracle deck that you like using, incorporate it into your dream work. There's a simple 3-card spread. Question 1 is, what triggered this dream? Question 2 is, what is the dream trying to tell me? And question 3 is, how can I apply the advice within this dream? You can also focus on specific dream characters and pull a card for them. You might choose to ask a question like, who or what does this symbol represent? And another question would be, is there a specific message that I'm meant to receive? So you could talk with your tarot or your oracle cards and ask these questions after you've had your dream. We all know, I've said it numerous times, I'm not friends with tarot. That's okay. I do have my oracle. We are friends. But I also ask these questions in using other forms of divination. I use my dice, I use my pendulums, and sometimes I even use my runes. And it just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment, you know. And of course, always write in your journal about your feelings, the responses to the answers, wherever they came from, whatever divination you used. Always write it down. Always. That's going to help you. Serenity says, if I could give you the ability, because sometimes it gets a bit crazy, it throws me off guard, especially if I'm in a war dream, I'm thrown back in. Ooh, it gets crazy real quick. I bet. I think I'm good. I'm going to let you keep it. Just from what you explained right there, I'm good. Anyway, let's see here. So, my final and last step, number 9. Keep a relaxed and fluid mind when deciphering. Always stay relaxed, stay fluid. When we step into the left, the yang or task-oriented mind, dream work can get out of my that's my wine. Dream work can become confusing, frustrating, and ultimately fruitless. To enjoy and reap the benefits of this inspiring inner work practice, you need to keep a yin, the right brain, and open mind. Carry the dream with you. Pay attention to synchronicities and let it work its magic in the background. The answer is not always going to be obvious, and that's all right. Sometimes the answer is meant to be revealed across a series of months or even years. A series of multiple dreams, because sometimes you're only getting puzzle pieces. And this is why I say in your journal, you can always go back, look for those synchronicities. Look for how many times did that mountain symbol show up? How many times did that flute, I'm just throwing words out there, symbols out there. How many times did that flute show up? Pay attention. Write them down, okay? These are puzzle pieces. You may not. You could have everything absolutely interpreted in one dream. It could take 20 dreams. You could be getting little puzzle pieces each time. And it's okay. Patience. Be patient with it. Dreams are one of the main ways that your soul speaks to you and guides you. So approach them with gentleness, reverence, and an open mind. That is the main key to powerful dream work. Okay, now, at the bottom of this is the last of what I had, was I wanted to add, because Serenity had asked in the question, in the thing. Sorry, I saw a shadow. Huh. Oh, I see her. It's Rosie. Serenity had asked in the chat if there were cautions or signs to pay attention to in dreams. And these are cautions and signs that I want everybody to always pay attention to. Seeing a warning sign on a road is one of them. The character in your dream warned someone else of something dangerous. Feeling an ominous, or you felt an ominous feeling that felt like a warning. In your dream, you were notified of a warning. Or in your dream, you took precautions against a warning. Okay, so those are cautions to pay attention to. Now, if these two things happen in your dream, if you obey a warning and are safe or become saved, or if you helped someone else with a warning, these are signs that positive changes are in the works. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's see. Hubby has dreams that will always come true, so I guess that's what he has to deal with carefully. Yes. I have to be careful with that also. I have dreams that tell me about other people. And I'm very cautious of how I approach those people about those dreams, because I don't want to freak them out either. Some of my cautions would be, where am I? Some of my cautions would be dark, tall figure that watches me in my dreams. Sometimes I have to force myself awake. Ooh. Oh. And Jennifer says, what is helpful with the recent dream. Thanks for an amazing live. You're very welcome. Very welcome. About the warning, I mean, eating brains scared me. Yeah, I'd be a little scared of eating brains too. I don't know. I'm glad, Tanessa. You have to be careful when you're interpreting your dream to somebody, especially if it's about somebody else. And, you know, I mean, we also have to be careful when we interpret, because we could be interpreting it the wrong way. We don't want to give someone the wrong advice either. That part also scares me. Huh. Do that word association, Miss Serenity. Get that word association in there and see if you can interpret it, and you might actually come to the conclusion might actually be able to decipher why he's there in your dreams. Same thing. I want to say the same thing with you, Jennifer. Whichever technique you think to help interpret your dream, look at the synchronicities, look at what is constantly reoccurring. There's messages there. And if you're sometimes, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't watch scary movies. I am afraid of scary movies. I don't watch scary movies. Cannot do it, will not do it, not going to happen. I was traumatized as a child from a movie. Just can't do it. But in my dreams, when I do have them, it's like watching a scary movie. But I know for some reason while I'm watching this, I'm not emotionally scared. So I know that there's a message for me. I got to write it all down. So this is what I'm telling you to do. Write it all down. Eating brains, yes, I can totally see that would scare you. That would scare the crap out of me. But pay attention to your feelings and see what kind of scared it is. Is it an excited scared? Is it a fear for your life scared? Pay attention to that. Pay attention to your emotions within that dream. And write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Can never say that enough. You watch all zombie and scary movies. Yep, nope, not me. Not going to happen. Okay, anyway, that is all that I have for everybody. I hope I answered questions. I hope that I was able to help everybody get an idea or understanding of how to decipher dreams, different techniques and steps, different types of dreams. I hope I was able to help everybody with that. We do have our dream chat. If you have any questions, you could either throw them on here on the live and ask the questions and I'll answer them as I can, or jump onto the chat and you could ask questions on there and I can answer them on there. Dream work, I have found, takes just as much practice and commitment as, and I think it's just as important as doing shadow work. And matter of fact, I am finding, thank you, Tanessa. I'm glad it was good advice for you. I am also finding that the shadow work and the dream work, depending on the situation, can very much go hand in hand. So I'm concentrating a lot more on both of them together and coming to that realization that I need them together. So thank you for all the love. Let's Serenity be putting more than one of these techniques using now. Thank you. You guys are all so very welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for my live. Like I said, if you all have any other questions, either throw them on here or throw them on the chat. I'll answer them as fast as I possibly can. Or, you could message me. We know that everybody's allowed to always message me. I could try to help interpret your dream. But remember, like I had said, only you know yourself better. All right. And I hope I was helpful. Many blessings, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye now.